I'm conscious.
Now what?
There you go.
Bada bing, bada bang, bada bam.
Twice as much energy. Your webcam is off, by the way.
You probably won't see me on here the way we recording.
Oh, okay.
My brother from another mother across the pond, man. What's up, Mr. JC?
Not much. It's pretty hot. It's pretty hot down there. I should have probably turned off my fire or stoked out my fire. Snuffed out. That makes more sense. Earlier. Doesn't wear all these layers. But yeah, everything's good. Across the pond, or at least in this room. This building, this house. Yeah.
It's looking more and more like a happy, energy-filled home there, man.
You can kind of see a bit of it on the webcam if I just move it like that. Boom. Well, you can see a mirror, some blinds, part of a tree. My desk, some stairs, and bookshelf. The books are on my desk. But yeah, it's pretty cool view actually.
Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. So what's been going on, man? It's Ryan Cropper, Ryan JC behind the cut, behind the scenes, uncut raw, man. You know how we do it. What's been going on, man?
Well, I've just been, as people should have gathered, or have gathered already actually, on my YouTube channel, gaining momentum. I've been meditating a lot. That's the cool thing about me having my own place now. I can do whatever I like. So I've been basically finding my natural rhythm, or at least the rhythm I was in when I was in my last place, but without the obstructions. And now that I've decorated everything, it's like I've reached a new, not even reached, it's like I've gone further because I'm not being held back by anything. So my meditations have improved, my learning's improved, video rate, the amount I'm producing, is improving, has improved, and business has picked up quite a bit as well. So that's really cool.
That's always positive, right?
Getting pretty tight.
That's always good, man. It's always good. Well, anything we should know? Anything you've been exploring in the astral realms? Any change of energy that you see going on that you just wanna take us in a little bit deeper of what's going on? Anything particular?
Well, I've been pulling what I want out the astral, so I haven't been just seeing what's going on, you know? Like every time I lay down to do something, it'll be with the intent to gather some sort of information. So pertaining to that, I'd say I've just been looking into people's mind, the cloud, ethers, the structure of consciousness, how people think, why they think a certain way, discovering other perspectives in order to make sense out of certain things. Even reality itself, the consciousness that collapses this reality and why things are a certain way in this dimension. I've just been gaining more clarity on that. Among the energy bodies also, I discovered that chakras really aren't what people think they are. And I've also been using the Akashic records and using my ability to see with my astral eyes by triggering a dimethyltryptamine trip on response without taking the external substance to study the truth, the small truths in specific scriptures, specific spiritual practices, which are actually, close to almost 100% true. So I've been taking the little truths, and because of that, I've ended up buying some books on acupuncture, dealing with meridians, because as far as I know it, the meridians are actually real, because I can see them when I project and look at my energy bodies. And a lot of you guys who have seen Alex Gray art will know what I mean by that. And, he actually paints the meridians themselves. So I've been dealing with chakras. I've even been dealing with mantras. I've been learning about certain things with this body and how to use it better. And without giving out too much information on that side of things, that's pretty much been it.
Okay. Hey, Crop.
Yeah.
And I know inquiring minds want to know what's, from your perspective, what's the biggest misconception about the chakras? Because I hear a lot about chakras, and what's the biggest misconception about the chakras?
That they're a thing that exists on its own. It's not true. They have to be made. They always have to be made. They're not something that's natural to the energy bodies. Yeah, you can use them as a tool, like a lot of people like to say, to encourage the argument that you're supposed to have them. But at the end of the day, they're not meant for you to use as a tool. Humans can't use. It's like if you were to touch like platinum or like molten lava or something that's toxic or poisonous, and then there's an alien species or group of beings that can touch those things and be fine. If you were to touch the chakras and play with them as a tool, you just hurt yourself, basically. Or in other words, you'll be doing more damage than good to your psychology, your emotional body, and so forth. And it's unknowingly done as well. The amount of awareness and control you'd have to interfere with the consciousness constructs that are being channeled through your chakras and not get caught up or influenced by them is close to, not impossible, but close to impossible for an average person. I mean, even spiritual teachers out there, if you still believe in chakras as they've been told,
yeah,
and you're teaching them, and you're a teacher, I don't care if you're in a studio, I don't care if you've got a bunch of students, I don't care if you've been studying it for your entire life. Fact of the matter is, if you're not aware enough to know what they actually are, and you're still in resistance to knowing what they actually are, then you're not ready to be playing with them. It's just how it is. And a lot of people don't like that, but you can sit in, you can get upset all day and soak, which takes a lot of energy and effort, or you can deal with the fact that they are something, or at least explore the fact that they could be something else, and then master them way more quicker.
Right.
As soon as you stop being in resistance to something, you can master it pretty quick. You can figure it out pretty fast. You can still deal with them, yeah, but I don't like them. I mean, the ability to spiral energy, like I've said in the video, you can spiral your energy, yeah. Just don't spiral a thought form,
Yeah.
It's just bad. But yeah.
Just on my journey, I don't know over in the UK, do you guys have those? Have you ever heard of U-Haul? Okay, in the United States, it's a moving company called U-Haul. So when you're moving, you can go out and rent a moving truck, and it's called U-Haul. And the thing that I hate about those moving trucks is they only go a certain miles per hour. It's like something preventing them to go over the speed limit of 55 miles an hour. And the reason why I'm bringing that up, would you kind of say, like with the chakras, just what I'm experiencing now with chakras, sometimes I feel like my chakras get in the way a little bit of the speed that I'm on. I feel like I'm warping in speed, but sometimes my chakra, I don't want to use the word like hold me back, but it's like something blocking me from really bringing in what I really desire to bring in.
This is a level of perspective, in the sense that what I call like little information or meaningless information to somebody who's completely cut off is a lot. What you're being cut off from is more than what I call meaningless. So to an average Joe who's just gotten into chakras, they'll be experiencing what they think is a lot, but they are being cut off from everything.
Yeah.
Completely.
Absolutely.
Some could say that's a tool in the sense that it will numb them to the secrets of the universe to the point where they don't lose their mind.
Yeah.
But their thought forms, like I said in the video, and the thought forms will make you think a certain way. So basically, they control your mind for you. So how can you expect to grow if you're being told to think a certain way?
It's kind of like the DNA. It was kind of like they were put there for an intent to keep us at a certain level.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? like a certain level. And we can get into that all day about the entities who did that. But I think the organic, and I'll just say organic, how we were organically before the manipulations and the tweaking of the DNA, everything was wide open. We were oneness with source, kind of, sort of. And now it's like that's what's blocking us from infinity, the chakras. Because a lot of people are grounded in that root chakra, and it's so hard for them to break free just from the first chakra, the root chakra. Grounded in this dimension, physical dimension.
My head just like completely saw how
people trapped.
It's like, if you like that says it all. Root chakra, what is it? It's a thought form that makes you notice things in society that keeps you at low vibration. So you need a thought form inside you, implanted inside you, to notice the thought forms outside of you in order to make you aware of what's distracting you from spiritual growth. You know? So it's like I put a code inside your body that says you're sexually frustrated because you love big asses, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you go out and you notice that there is a thought form around nowadays where everyone wants to shake their ass. And now your root chakra will be open and acting, what they call it, unbalanced, when really it's just doing its job. You know? Yeah. You need a thought form inside to attach to a thought form outside. And it's a spiraling thought form, so if they want to update it, they can. But yeah.
Yeah, man, it's and I tell a lot of people, I've been doing a lot of things that just been moving fast, man. And it's kind of weird because I remember you saying that. I remember when I was talking to you like a year ago, and I just felt like, dude, I'm just stuck at this level. And I remember you saying, dude, trust me, it's gonna go like this. It's gonna go fast. And it's like I went from asking a bunch of questions and having no understanding to being able to access any information I need from a higher perspective of myself. You know, some people call it the Akashic records, and some people say the higher self. Some people say a lot of different things. But now whenever I want to know something, I just sit still, turn within, ask what I need, and just wait for the information to pass through. But what I've been getting a lot of now is people are really becoming unbalanced. And what do I mean by unbalanced? A lot of people are opening up the third eye. A lot of energy is coming through the cosmos, and a lot of people aren't. I don't know if I'm saying this in the right way, but from my perspective, a lot of consultations that I'm doing now is just trying to, and I don't want to say rebalance, because rebalance them to what? Like me and you talking about now, rebalancing them to the chakras, or they're out of balance. It's like they're borderline thinking that they're crazy because that third eye is opening up, right? And they're bleeding through, seeing shit that they never seen before, and they're just losing it. Do you get that a lot? Or, it's, not without giving out too much information about your clients, but I'm just trying to rebalance people so they can fit back into 3D. Mm. They don't fit in 3D anymore. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. My husband is trying to omit me, or my mom is, I'm on the run right now. I had to get out the house because everybody thinks I'm crazy.
Yeah, that's happening a lot.
It's happening a lot, man. Not even one, maybe 4 out of 5 consultations is just me, little old me, right? Little old basic me with a GED. It's just trying to keep the balance, Just how do you, well, I can't even ask you that shit, Crop, because you ain't balanced, man. You out there. You don't give a fuck about balance, or, you just, and that's where I am,
I'm clear. I almost changed my last name to Kaysen. Kaysen means clear. I was going to change it to Riley Kaysen. Riley! But now I think if I ever have a kid, I'll just call her or him Riley. Riley and Bailey are my 2 favorite names, and Sky is one of them. In that order.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Where did that come from, dude? Are we working on kids?
Oh, no.
I felt something right there, Ryan.
If I live to be 800 years old,
okay,
and the world's better, then I'll have kids. Otherwise, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
But
remember.
I'm not opposed to having them because I love children and anything really. I love teaching and making someone or something's life better than how I was raised. That's just how I am. I think that's why my life was done in a certain way, because I noticed it when I was in school, actually. I used to protect the children who would get bullied. But that was only after I became strong enough to protect myself. So it's kind of like bled into, well, if I am to have kids, they need to be homeschooled in a community, because everyone says if they're homeschooled, then they can't connect with other children. You know, what if you lived in a community where you had like 6 other hobbies in that community, or facilities where they had like agriculture or maybe food or some sort of play group? Because I've seen this. I've gone to like vegan places in the UK and I've seen a bunch of vegan kids just playing with each other, and they're all homeschooled, and their kids know their parents know exactly what they're doing, you know? Mm-hmm. So I have these guidelines that I want to follow if I do ever end up having kids. But like I said, the way the world is right now, not unless I want to put them in an area that is like quote unquote safe zone, which won't be for long, or maybe it will be, I'm not quite sure. I can't be asked to deal with that. I got stuff to do first. So give me 800 to 1,000 years, or maybe another lifetime. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I would see it in another lifetime easily, you know. But yeah. What was the question?
No, it wasn't a question. I felt when you said I would name her the name, and I remember on a previous video you saw your daughter, so I thought maybe we've been working on that. Maybe you've been throwing some sexual energy around, and maybe it might be time for her to come on and break through mom's portal and a little baby cropper. Nah, not yet.
No, that version of me wasn't even half caste. So
okay,
life was different.
Okay,
I can already see my reality here anyway. I won't have kids in this lifetime.
Hey, my wife says the same
what
thing.
Happens when you're fifth dimensional, you see everything before it happens. Yeah. Someone asked me if that was boring, and I said no, because there's seeing, and then there's experiencing. There's the touch. You don't have this in visions. I mean, you may experience some sort of emotion in their body or some sort of touch, but it's not 100%. It's like diluted. Mm-hmm. When you experience everything, it's like,
yeah,
it's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I think that's the biggest thing that happened to me. I'm experiencing everything. It's funny you say that. Instead of looking at a lot of videos and, downloading other people's program of what they've experienced, everything now is like I'm experiencing it. And I'm just basically sharing the journey. That's the biggest difference in my life. It's like I'm experiencing it. It's really happening, and it's moving fast. But you know what I learned, Crop? I learned to stop trying to swim upstream with the energy. To just let the energy flow. Stop trying to... I'm in control, but I'm not... How can I put this? I'm in control of everything. But instead of being in control egotistically like I used to be, like it has to go this way, you know what I'm saying, or it's not working, because I'm learning that the universe gives you everything that you desire, but sometimes that shit ain't gift wrapped the way we think it should manifest.
Well, yeah, because the expectations of the ego are twisted, because you've been taught twisted scenarios, which one may want. And then you get twisted reality. I just remembered what we were talking about earlier and why I said the kid thing and Bailey and names. Kason means clear. And going back to when you said control, like, and being grounded even, I'm grounded, just not on Earth. If that makes sense.
Now, where you grounded? Where are you?
Like, inwards, if I don't know how to make it inward, I suppose. There's a fixed point of space which has no direction. That's where I'm tethered to. And from my knowing, there's nothing wrong with that. People freak out when you're not grounded here because it's hard to communicate to somebody who's ungrounded, and it makes them feel misunderstood, and no one wants to be misunderstood, and it's upsetting. Come back down with us. But at the end of the day, if you're where I'm at, you can operate at any frequency, any perspective. You can talk to anybody, meet them on any perspective, so you don't have to be grounded to speak to them. It's just, I guess, the way they're looking at it, their perspective.
And Crop, I'm sorry, Crop, let me just hold you right there for a minute. Just let me hold you right there, because I think that's the main reason why shit that used to bother me doesn't bother me anymore. And I used to say that, and people would kind of look at just what you said. So I'm not grounded in 3D anymore. And what do I mean by that? Something happened, and I don't have the words. It's like I know who the fuck I am now. And I know that this physical body is just out. It's just like this shirt I got on. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not grounded here, so I just let shit happen. And I just observe shit from first person perspective. You know, it's not happening to me for say, because I'm consciousness. So I look at consciousness like I'm observing everything. So it's not really directly happening to me. Like I used to think in the ego, everything is fucking against me. You remember them days? Why is this happening to me? And it's like I'm not grounded in 3D anymore. When I tell people that, they'd be, Derek, who the fuck do you think you are? You know, what are you, a superhero? So it's funny to hear you say that I'm not grounded here anymore. Because I'm not either. And I know it's infinite levels of where we can go consciously. So I know exactly what you mean when you say, dude, I'm not grounded in 3D anymore. And you know what, Crop? I think that's the only way one can become transparent to all of these different frequencies.
Of course. I mean, think about what a frequency is. It's information. It's words to a script, a dialogue, someone else's story, or many stories outside of your house. You interact with people, you become a part of their life. You know, I'm not a part of that script anymore. I've closed the book. So when you're not part of the book and you understand the books, you understand their stories, their thought forms, their lives, you see the structure of society, or the matrix they call it, an interwoven series of systems, you know, like dogma or living up to your parents' expectations of getting married. And it's like, nah, I'm cool. You know?
Yeah.
So you're ungrounded from the thought forms. You're not interacting with it, and it doesn't bother you because you understand it. And when you're ungrounded from it, that's really the only time you can actually see what it is. Because if you're grounded in it, you become a part of it so much, especially if you're very unconscious, that you believe it's real and that you have to live into those expectations. And it's very limiting. It's too limiting for me. I'm cool. I'll pass.
Hey, man. It's and that's how I'm able to say everything is perfect. The only way you could say that is you can't be grounded in 3D. Because in 3D, you can always find some shit that's out of line.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Sure. And if you're playing that victim mentality, then you buy right into that, don't you? People. It's upsetting because it's like they don't have to live like that, you know? They really don't. And they think they do. Guess I need to do more work, huh?
The funniest shit. Let's talk about comments for a minute. And you know, comments never, for some reason, comments never really bothered me. Like on YouTube, you get comments on your video. Never though, really, never. I never really got offended by anybody's comments. Even when I was one-dimensional, I would just crack up. But I got this comment the other day, and this particular person, and I laughed until I cried. He said, well, I don't think you qualify to be a master teacher. And I don't understand why you're trying to teach, right? He said, and if you're so big on this, what did he say? The law of attraction. The attraction thing. If you're so good at that, why haven't you attracted millions of dollars yet? And dude, I just I just instantly caught the frequency from reading it. And dude, seriously, I had to get some tissue, dude. Look, I still got it right here. I laughed, or you can't see it. I laughed until I cried because the law of attraction is just not monetary. It's just not a monetary thing. The law of attraction is attracting where I am now, attracting my reality, attracting vibrations, similar vibrations to me, attracting what I will and desire. People don't understand, you know, and I don't say this to be cocky, but my first 5 years online, I made $1 million. My first 5 years, which is, and it ain't nothing to brag about because you got people that make.
Cut off.
My mic is off?
Oh, now it's back on. You said people don't understand, and then it cut off.
When they say law of attraction, they think it's just monetary, right? With the internet now, we got a lot of people that have become millionaires just from the internet with the power of leverage on the internet. So the law of attraction is just not a monetary thing. The law of attraction is being able to attract your will and your desire. And I think
they're getting too specific, man. Like, well, maybe that's why they haven't made £1 million, or maybe that's why they're not abundant, because they don't understand the law of attraction, and they're putting value on one thing and skipping everything else in life, which gives people joy and happiness. Can't say that's not me.
It's weird because I made the money before I became conscious.
Wait.
You know what I mean? It's like, so that's like, I didn't become conscious to make money. I became conscious to wake up to what exactly am I supposed to be doing right now, and to find out exactly who I am and what I am and where did I come from and how to harness this energy that's been here all along.
Mm.
Can you hear me okay, bro?
Yeah, there was just one bit that cut out, and I was thinking, should I say something? You might have already covered it.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I was going to say, you've already made $1 million, right, in your entire life?
Oh, yeah, a couple. My best year was 2011, I did 470,000. That was my best year.
But throughout your entire life, you've made $1 million already, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
See, that's the thing. The universe already knows you've made that amount of money. So if you ask for it, it's going to be like you've already had it. You got to be real specific when it comes to asking for money. And a lot of people don't know that about source creation, but it's very attentive. And it knows what you've got, and it knows what you're asking for. And if it's like you've already got it, because what people don't understand is the source of consciousness doesn't have a perception of time. If it sees you've already made $1 million throughout your entire life, it'll probably think, okay, he's already got it now. Because when you're operating there in a space of no time, it's hard to put things into this reality. But yeah, well, I see you're already a millionaire.
And in my last incarnation, and I try to tell this to people because it's coming back to me now, I was so fucking rich. And I'm still repaying some of that karma. I was a selfish, just selfish. I was super duper rich in my last incarnation, and I didn't share anything. You know what I mean? And I'm still dealing with that karma right now. So like right now, and I wish my wife was here. My wife, she'll tell you, oh, honey, I just don't, people don't understand. And I think me and you talked about this before, and we got different perspectives on this, but I still hold on to mine. A lot of people can't handle the frequency. They think they can of $1 million. Remember we kind of talked about that, and you was like, D, it's not, and I'm not saying it's like a frequency, but money is energy. Do you agree? Money is energy. Mm-hmm. A lot of people can't. Listen, man, I tell people this all the time. If you're having a hard time right now managing $1,000 a week, you know what I mean? And you all fucked up and you can't manage $1,000 a week, there's no way in the world that you can handle the frequency of $1 million. No way. You see it all of the time. That's why they
haven't got it, right?
They can't handle the frequency.
I mean, look at people who have $1 million. how different are they from broke people?
Whole different mindset.
That's not done by accident, you know. That's not an accident. But yeah.
Perfect example, Crop. Kanye West. Kanye West, he's an international celebrity right now. This kid has everything anyone physically could ever desire. He, quote unquote, now it depends on your type of woman. He got the baddest on the planet, Kim Kardashian. Some say she the baddest chick on the planet, right? To each his own, right? To each his own, because my queen the baddest on the planet to me. He got all of the money that anyone could ever desire, right? And right now as we speak, I know what's going on because I kind of channeled his energy the other day of where Kanye West is. He's very conscious, brother. And he started leaking shit. He started ranting at his concerts. Instead of rapping, he was talking some conscious shit. You know, he was uncovering a lot of stuff that's going on. And out of nowhere, Crop, he ends up strapped to a hospital bed and they say he's insane. I think they're going to erase his mind, clone his ass. He was talking too much. I think and now he's quote unquote insane, psychotic.
Insane in the membrane. To each their own. It's all matter of perspective, you know?
Yeah, man, but I see that a lot though, man. I see that a lot with celebrities. People don't, and because I used to, my goal when I was one-dimensional, I remember this like yesterday. Man, if I could just make $1 million, everything would be perfect. Dude, when I got there, my life was so fucked up. When I think about those times, dude, I was drinking every day. The casinos just opened in Detroit. I was gambling thousands every single day. I was a whore. I was sleeping with everything. Yeah, I mean, I just gone, man. Just gone. And now I look, I don't lack anything. Nothing. Anything I desire, I can get.
Oh, yeah.
I don't lack anything.
How abundant they are.
Yeah, man. I don't lack anything, but I'm not the type of person now. See, I'm blunt. I don't sit here and say, I don't know money. I don't know. No. Because I know about that money. I know about that money. See, I've been there. I've been there, man. I've been there. I know about that money. I know about making love to that money. And I'm cool. I'm cool, man. I'll let y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'll let Ryan Cropper get all the millions. I'll put it your way. Let you handle the millions. I'm so content now.
Yeah.
Well, brother, it's always good talking to you, man. I like to take people behind the scenes sometimes because, and I told you this earlier, for some reason, and we talked about it, everybody thought we was beefing or something. Something gotta be wrong. Ryan just disappeared, and I'm like, Ryan, yeah, it's my little brother.
Ryan just disappeared and showed up where? On my channel. So
that's my little brother.
I posted like a month, and while I wasn't posting for a month, I was in Unconscious Now What, and then I stopped from Unconscious Now What, and now I'm back on my channel. They should know what's going on. You know, it's just right there. Proof is in the pudding. Oh, I said that twice this week. Feels so good.
There you go.
Yeah,
yeah, man. Hey, dude, I just want to put this on the record because just where I come from, and we see this a lot, man. A lot of people don't like to. It's like I'm conscious now. What was something that I pulled from the astral realm? I remember the day I told you about it, and you were like, "Hey, man, fuck it, let's do it." With everything you had on your plate going, I remember this. It was like, hey, man, fuck it, let's do it, D. I said, you want to do? Let's do it, and it manifested, and it was just like to me when I was astral projecting. You know, if you would have told me all of the shit that was in the astral realms, I wouldn't have did it. And that's what people don't understand. So I'm conscious now what came out of my head. And for the record, Ryan Cropper just, what we call it, he put me on. He saw it. He liked the frequency. And he made sure he helped me build the nest. But goddamn it, when he saw my wings starting to grow, what he did was he picked me up and threw me out of the fucking nest. And I had to fly. You know what I mean? But I got nothing but love for you, brother, and I always appreciate your time. I know you got a lot going on, and I'm still not going to be a, what do you call it, spoiler alert.
Well, like I said, they've seen the channel, right? I mean, and I said it earlier, all I'm doing is picking up where I left off. I mean, when you do a project, it takes a lot of energy. And it came, like Derek said, it came out of his mind. So I was only visiting on his life path. I can't stay on his life path because it came out of his imagination. Mm-hmm. So when I do that, when I jump on someone else's life path, anyone's life path, I'm putting mine on pause. And then, you know, the stuff doesn't stop channeling through. I just keep getting ideas and they keep getting blocked.
Right.
And then eventually I'm like, I gotta go. I got like a billion phone calls from the astrals to do certain things and put things into practice that need to be done. And we spent a lot of time on Unconscious now. I'm proud of that intro. Those intros are awesome.
They are amazing.
Color palette and it's crisp. I mean, we went through some different iterations of the logo and ideas, what to call it and everything. That was cool. That was a smooth manifestation. We brought it straight here.
Straight here, man. Manifestation. Straight here. Yeah. People don't understand the mentalism that goes into just dealing with other people's frequencies, man. Like, you know, just doing. I understand now. At first I didn't, but now I understand. Every time I launch that show, it's like, soon as I hit that live button, I just feel all of these different kind of energies and frequencies. And it's like, I have to just ground myself in mine. You know what I mean? I have to just stay focused on my energy because you getting pulled this way, that way, this way. And you know, it's live. You know, those calls coming through live. You know? So just for the record, you know, man, I'm proud of you. You know, I always love you. I'm sorry if I've been away for a while, because I'm guilty too. I used to talk to Ryan every day. And it's like, you know, let me call my brother today. I'm guilty too, you know. It ain't just Ryan, you know. I know Ryan was like, damn, what the fuck, D? So, you know, I just wanted to touch bases with you today, man, to find out, you know, what's going on in your neck of the wood and tell you I love you. And I appreciate, you know, everything you've done for me and the platform and everything you're doing, man. We love you, man. We love you.
Yeah, thanks. You're a good soul. Not many of those around. I've met one other person like that. Just doesn't get angry. You know those people you just don't argue with? Yeah. I met one other person like that. Friends with him to this day. He's like the best guy I've ever known. It's like, jeez. But yeah, he's doing good. He's doing good. It's very rare. But yeah, I can't argue with you. Obviously, people they try to make sense out of what's going on with what they know, and unfortunately, they live in a world where people argue, fight, and that's what causes the disconnects. You know? Yeah. Just if they want to think that, and cool, but it's not what's going on.
Yeah. Well, hey, bro, I ain't gonna hold you up, man. I got so much stuff I gotta do today. But if y'all didn't know, now you know. That's my little brother, man. We love you, Crop, man. Peace and love, all right?
All right.
I'll be talking to you. All right, peace.
I'm conscious.
Now what?